Hi everyone, this is PNRV Prasad and I'm an advocate practicing. Why I am online today? Just wanted to put my opinion on access to the courts, highest courts through video conferencing facility, which is now not there. During the COVID times, when the courts were closed, the subordinate courts were closed, technology and video conferencing facility had given a real push, and High Court and the Honorable High Courts of various states and I say all the states and the Honorable Supreme Court was also functioning on the video conferencing facility, delivering justice, providing reliefs and remedies when writ petitions were filed and public interest litigations were filed. It was like a feeling that the real justice system has got kick-started, because I never thought I can connect to Supreme Court on a video conferencing facility from Sulurpet, which is at the lowest ebb of Andhra Pradesh state. However, I did, and I believed that that is the way to go, that the justice system should be accessible to the nook and corner of every village. Many public interest litigations, volumes of information, and hours of submissions were done on video conferences. And I believe it's a nice experience. However, after COVID eased off, when the courts started to open, for obvious reasons, the video conferencing facility was taken off. And suddenly it was like, oh my God, now if I have to go to High Court, I have to travel from Sulurpeta to Vijayawada, or if I have to access Supreme Court, I have to go from Sulurpet to New Delhi. See the cost that escalates. From zero cost of video conferencing to multiples of thousands of rupees to access the constitutional courts when I have to go physically. And how would poor, and when we talk about the 60% of the people, the poor, not able to reach the courts for reliefs, for remedies when their fundamental rights are got infringed. I would say a system that eased lives, a system that made access to the courts very easily, was unplugged. Just like that. And when we go to legal camps, we talk about access to the courts and tell to the poor that they have to approach the court for reliefs and remedies after they know their rights, the laws of the land. And if someone comes to me and say, my fundamental right is getting infringed, I need immediate relief and I have to go to the High Court, how do I go? From Sulurpet. This is what is the vacuum today. Technology-driven video conferencing facility has to be reinstated, has to be established again. All measures needs to be expedited so that technology gives a good interface to the nook and corner of every state, length and breadth across the country, which provides the poor the power to access the courts, to get reliefs, and that would give insights to everyone in the speedier access to the justice delivery system with low cost at the ebb, and builds up trust on the judicial interventions that come. I am a votary of using technology in the justice delivery system. access to courts it should not be like it should be physical access to the courts. Access to the courts should be like physical access and virtual access. We should have that option of virtual access where we will be able to approach the constitutional courts for reliefs. In India, the powerhouse of information technology, when companies in India are serving large clientele across the world through internet, through virtual private networks, through video conferencing facilities, why can't the justice delivery system in India make IT the powerhouse of delivering justice? We have the eCourts app which has come in. It has eased the lives of many litigants and advocates also, wherein you get to know what is the status, what is the business that had happened in the court on that particular day very easily on your mobile. Likewise, it would be a festive access to courts and festive access to justice when the video conferencing facility or the virtual access to the courts would become a natural phenomenon like the physical access to the courts. No one needs magnificent buildings wherein you would say this is the magnificent High Court or this is the magnificent Supreme Court. Ultimately, the objective is deliverance of justice. When people come with a issue, when people come with a situation, when people come with infringement of fundamental right, the judicial interventions in accordance to the law would bring light in their eyes and life in their homes. I would say still the nook and corner villages are disconnected to the courts because there is only physical access. And smartphones are being used by everyone. Electronic access would be the powerhouse of the future delivery of justice delivery system. I hope in the recent future I would be able to, as a normal course of phenomenon, I would be able to log in again both to the High Courts and to the Supreme Court for making my submissions for my clients and getting them reliefs or remedies in accordance to the law in an optimized way. I wish to see that happen someday. And it should be a natural phenomenon. It should not be a COVID phenomenon. Virtual courts should not be a COVID phenomenon or some natural disaster phenomenon. It should be a phenomenon. It should be something which is given as an option to me whether I want a physical court or whether I want a virtual court. I hope people at the helm and the honorable judges at the helm of the courts would be able to deliberate on this, take decisions, expedite decisions to ensure that systems are back, systems using technology are back to life, and there is real access to the courts, real access to the justice delivery system with very low cost from nook and corner of every village across the length and breadth of every state and our country. And that is when everyone is able to access the courts from any place, then I don't think anyone would say, you put the court here or you put the court there. And so I hope I would be able to see something that is coming up. And I believe that it would be sooner. Thank you so much.